Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today I'm going to share with you an awesome little exercise called minimum movement. It's a small idea with big consequences, this one. We're going to be using the G major scale. Doesn't really matter what scale you use. It's just a good one because it's using all of your fingers. But you could choose another scale if you like. And the idea here really, it's all just about learning to control your fingers. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more after I've given you the close-up and the proper example of it, but let's get to a close-up and check out actually how to do this exercise. Let me start by playing you the G major scale, the way I most commonly see it if I ask a student to play me the scale. So it might look something like this. Okay, now let me play it another way and see if you can spot the difference. Looks pretty different, doesn't it? So the difference is that my fingers are under control. I call it flying fingers when people's fingers, you know, particularly little fingers for a lot of people, they really want to fly right off the neck. As soon as they finish playing the note, way off goes little finger. So what you want to do with this exercise is play the G major scale really slowly and try not to let any finger move more than a millimeter or two from the fingerboard, right? Doesn't sound like that difficult a thing, but when you try it, you're going to find it is. So first note, now let's just put the little finger down. There we go. Now first finger's actually already kind of in place. Now second finger's just got to move over there. There we go. Little finger, now don't let it move up. There we go. First finger over now. And it's just really slowly trying to get the fingers, because you are going to find, I'm almost certain, that some of the fingers want to lift right up off the fingerboard, particularly like here, moving that third finger over. Little finger wants to go way, but you got to try and keep it under control there the whole way, especially here again. That could really feel my little finger wanting to lift up there. Well, actually, I let them, they all had a bit of a run there. So we're just really trying to get those fingers so they're hardly moving at all. And you really want to go slow with this. There's absolutely no point in trying to do it fast. And you're going to find when you try and do this exercise yourself, it's actually a lot more difficult than it looks. My little finger just had a little bit of a wander as well. It's difficult, you know, especially it's there as well when you're changing fingers behind little finger when it's already off. Like now, it wants to lift up and you have to really concentrate to make sure. Well, there it goes again. You stay down, you little rummin. And again, it was jumping a little bit, but that's the exercise. So this exercise is all about controlling your fingers. The speed thing is really, really not important here. It's not at all. So doing it fast will just spoil the exercise. There'll be no point in doing it. You really want to be doing slow, careful, controlled movements and making sure that you're in control of all of your fingers all the time. Most people struggle with the little finger particularly. The fact is they'll just play, and as soon as they finish playing the note, it jumps right off the fingerboard. And that's really normal, but you just have to do it slowly enough to go, right, okay, now I'm going to move over to my first finger now. Little finger, you just stay there and just concentrate on that little finger, making sure it doesn't lift off. Concentrate and try, and you will find that you can control it. You can do it. Even if it feels like you can't originally, you can definitely control your fingers properly. You just have to practice doing it and learn how to make sure that there's no kind of instinctive muscle reactions thrown out by your brain while you're playing. You want to be in control of every little movement that they make. Now, what you're going to find that's really interesting is this has a big effect on you playing all over without having to practice individual things. So if you work on this using the G major scale, as I'm suggesting, you'll find that it just naturally kind of infects your blues scale and the licks that you're playing and songs that you're working on. You your fingers will naturally be a lot more under control and you'll find them flying off a little bit more. If you do find it, particularly for a particular tune or a riff that you're learning where your fingers are flying about a bit, then you might want to spend a little bit of time with that one riff or that one lick or whatever it is that you're struggling with. But generally, you're going to find that this one exercise, 5 minutes a day of this one, is a really big deal. It's a great thing to have in your practice routine. Good little warm-up thing as well, because it's not very strenuous and not very fast, so you can just really get your brain into the zone there. So really unbelievably great exercise this. It was a real game changer for me. It made a huge impact on my technique generally. So I hope it does the same for you. See you for plenty more lessons and songs very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.